Hi, today we're going to cover the home inspection process, what it costs, why it's important to have one, and generally what type of items are included in your home inspection report. Hi, my name is Fautz.
And my name is Jamie Fautz. We're with the Fautz Group at MVP Realty. And today we're going to be going through a list of questions that we've received from both sellers and buyers, and questions that you may have about home inspection. We're going to be going through the home inspection process in a Q&A format, and then we're going to be taking you through a house to actually point out some of the things that a home inspector would look for. So Christian, here is my first question. What is the purpose of having a home inspection?
Well, it's very important to get a home inspection whether you're a buyer or a seller. First, for a seller, I think it's important, especially if you have an older home, which may have some repairs that will come up on the inspection report, is maybe to go ahead and get your own inspection done so you can be prepared to maybe take care of some of those minor repairs before the buyer schedules their home inspection. Now, the reason why a buyer would want to have one is A, their lender may require it, and B, they want to get an idea when they're making this purchase, which may be the biggest purchase of their life, what they're getting into. They want to make sure that there's no major surprises that come up before they close on the property.
I really like that, having the seller get a home inspection before listing it and putting it on the market, because then they could take care of some of those, small items that may come up on the inspection report, and I feel like it's being proactive.
Absolutely, and it just makes the whole transaction process a lot easier, right? If 10 things that you get taken care of that don't show up on the report, the buyer's gonna be like, oh wow, there's only these 3 or 4 items that need to be addressed. It makes the whole process a lot smoother, and also it would also prevent the closing from being delayed.
And then it just makes the buyer more confident in their decision.
Absolutely.
Which is great.
Absolutely.
All right. Here's my second question. When do you order the inspection? Is it in the beginning? Is it in the middle? Is it the end? Or when is it?
It's very important you do it as soon as the contract is signed. And we'll get into, I think, a little bit about the terms and how long you have. But yeah, it's important to get it done early in the process, as soon as you sign the contract as a buyer.
Yes, and especially now too, with the market being the way that it is and so many sales taking place, is it hard to schedule a meeting? How many days does it usually take for a home inspector to get an inspection on their schedule? Good
question. Normally, you need about 7 to 10 days, especially in this market where there are so many transactions going on. They tend to be out further than normal. Before the hot market that we're in now, usually you can get that home inspection done within 7-day period. And it's important to get on the calendar because most sellers today want a very short inspection period. The standard contracts here in Florida default to 15 days. A lot of sellers are wanting to see a 7 to 10 day inspection period. Some sellers are asking for even a shorter period of time, which really you've got to be careful if you are agreeing to such a short inspection period.
Agreed. I mean, it definitely does make your offer stronger having a shorter inspection period, but like you said, you have to be careful with making it too short.
Yeah, exactly, because then you have to go back to the seller and you have to ask for an extension for the time to get your home inspection done.
All right, my third question. Who performs the inspection?
Well, it depends on which contract you have to use. For example, if you're using the as-is, then the home inspection could be done by anybody. It could be done by yourself. It could be done by a friend, a relative. The standard contract, you have to use a licensed home inspector here in the state of Florida. And we recommend for all of our buyers or sellers to use a licensed certified home inspection company to do it for you.
Yes, I think that definitely is the best choice. Going with somebody who's licensed, who knows what to look for, who knows what they're doing. My fourth question is, How much do inspections generally cost?
Well, with the rise in all the transactions, prices have gone up a little bit. Generally, they're between $450 to $500. We're seeing now that they're between $500 to $600. It really depends on the inspection company, and if you're asking for a rush on it, they may charge a little bit of a premium, but generally about $500.
Okay.
You should expect to pay.
And then who pays for the inspection? Is it the buyer? Is it the seller?
It's generally the person who orders it. So if the buyer orders the inspection, they pay for it. If a seller is doing a home inspection themselves, they'll pay for it.
Got it. All right. And then does an inspection generally cover?
Home inspections are quite comprehensive. They cover a lot of different parts of the property. They start with the exterior of the property, where they look at the foundation, they look at the operation, make sure the windows and doors are all functioning properly. Then they get up on the roof, or they use a drone to make sure that the roof is still in good working condition. They look at the gutters. Then they work their way into the house, and they look at the overall functioning of all the different components of the house. Electrical, make sure the switches, the fans are all working well, outlets, appliances. They make sure that there's no leaks in the faucets, make sure there's no leaks in any of the drains. They also check the bathroom. They make sure the toilets are functioning properly. They make sure that the grout is a big one, the caulking in the bathroom for the tub and the showers. So they just make sure everything is functioning inside the house. The HVAC and the hot water heater are two other bigger items.
So Christian, what are some of the most common repairs you see on an inspection report?
Well, a lot of times there's very many miscellaneous things that come up. A few of the really important ones that you see quite often is the GFI outlets. Right here in the kitchen you see here, a lot of times these GFI outlets don't work, and even on some of the older homes, you see they don't even have GFI protected outlets. So that's a common one, and you also see this in the bathrooms as well. So another common repair that always appears on an inspection report are old or non-working smoke detectors. If they're 10 years old or more, a lot of times they want them replaced, and people forget to replace the batteries. So a lot of times they're not working during the inspection period. Another common area is in the bathrooms. And in the bathrooms, you find a lot of times that the stoppers aren't working, or there's a loose faucet valve, or the drain, what's also referred to as the P-trap, is not functioning properly.
So we're outside of a house right now, and Christian, can you tell us some things that would be found on an inspection report that would come up on the exterior of a home?
Yes, great point. As we said earlier, home inspections are done both on the interior and the exterior. And on the exterior, the main thing they look at is the roof, the age of the roof, the condition of the roof. With asphalt shingle roofs, if your roof is 15 years or older, you may have a problem selling that house or getting insurance as a new buyer. With your metal roofs or your clay tile roofs, they tend to have a much longer lifespan of 25 or 30 years. Another area that you see quite common are the gutters or the soffit and fascia. A lot of times the gutters may be clogged up, not functioning properly. So those are easy fixes, whether you're a buyer or if you're a seller, to get those cleaned before you put your house on the market. So hopefully you found some of these tips really helpful. So whether you're looking to buy or whether you're looking to sell property,
the Fautz Group is here for you. You can contact us at www.thefautzgroup.com or look below to click on our information.
Thank you for watching today, and don't forget to subscribe.
Looking to buy or sell here in sunny Southwest Florida? Give us a call, 239-778-1292. Visit us at thefautzgroup.com. And don't forget, subscribe here for more content.